Can't believe you're here.
You did invite me.
Well, yeah, but
You didn't really expect me to show up. So, then, was it really an invitation at all? Or just an empty gesture to salve your own conscience? You extend the invitation, I don't accept. Then you can rest assured in the knowledge that it is, as usual, all my fault.
Dad, I'm truly glad you're here.
I was unhappy with the way we left things.
Me too.
It's been very difficult for me, being estranged from my only living child. I have missed you, Maggie.
I've missed you too, Dad.
Well. Now, what is it you wanted to tell me? You may as well speak your mind. I have a pretty thick skin from everything that you've put me through. I doubt there's anything you could do or say that would surprise me now.
Well, there's a provocation if ever I heard one. And I bet you there still are a few things I could do to surprise you. First, though, Dad, I want you to forgive me.
Forgive you?
I've blamed you for a long time for Mark's suicide. And I see now that, the whole time I've been accusing you of being self-righteous and holier than thou and judgmental as all get out, I was doing all those things myself. And I was never willing to acknowledge the hurt that you might be feeling for Mark's disability and death.
Of course his death hurt me. He was my son. But the disability business was just so much nonsense.
So what, Dad? Did he make that up? Why can't you just admit that he was deaf?
His challenge was something he could have easily risen above had he shown a little strength and determination.
You know, Mark was deaf, but you just don't listen. So who's really disabled here, huh? I don't want to argue about this. I just want you to forgive me.
You've always had that.
I need you to say it.
Of course I forgive you, Maggie.
Well, thank you. I forgive you, too.
Fine. We've forgiven each other. I hope you feel better. If you do, then my trip up from Baltimore was worth it.
Wait. There's something else.
All right.
I joined an order.
An order?
Yeah, a Catholic order. I'm becoming a nun.
Is this some kind of joke? If it is, I find it in extremely poor taste.
No, Dad, I promise you, it's no joke. I joined the Daughters of Holy Charity in Boston.
You tell me this so blindly. Knowing full well that your family has been Episcopalian for 6 generations, I am an Episcopal bishop. Wasn't converting to Catholicism enough for you? You will not stop punishing me.
Oh.
Is there no penance great enough for you?
Punishing you? This is not about you.
It isn't?
Oh, I forget. When Mark was born deaf, it was a direct attack on you, right? Being handed this imperfect son. And when you refused to accept his deafness by insisting that he be normal, he killed himself. That was to spite you too, right?
Of course it was.
And even then, you took his last effort to communicate with you, and you destroyed it. You burned the suicide note so that your reputation wouldn't be ruined.
I've heard quite enough.
No! Stop it! Don't move! Please. I don't want to get into this again, okay? I didn't mean to go into this. me and believe me. My decision is not about punishing you. It's not about you at all, Dad. Please, just stay and let me try and explain. Please, let me try and explain, okay? I'm not running away from life, Dad. And I'm not trying to punish anyone, least of all you. I am running, but, you know, to a kind of work, to a community of people who feel the same connection to God that I do, you know? Who get incredible joy from working with others. I have never felt like this in my life. You know, I've never felt this centered and alive as when I'm with the sisters and teaching at the school. I have been looking my whole life for some closeness and intimacy without ever making a commitment. And by committing to the convent, I have found a deeper sense of both than I ever hoped I could. I'm happy there, Dad. I'm happier there than I've ever been anywhere else, or with anyone else. I gotta get that.
Listen, Maggie, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Haven't you done enough?
Max, it's okay.
If you have nothing but contempt and anger for your daughter, that's your own prerogative, pal. But leave her alone. You don't understand her, and you won't love her. So why don't you do the very least you can do, which is get out of her life and let her live in peace?
Max, it's okay. My father's just here to...
Maggie, I see you still have a staunch advocate in Mr. Holden, was it? I presume you've told him of your covenant with God. Or are you hedging your bets, keeping a panting dog lurking in the shadows?
Dad, that was really uncalled for. Max, it's all right, all right? I'm not crying because of him. I'm crying because I'm emotional, and I hate it when I get like this, but this is how I get when I get this way, so don't be upset, okay? My father and I, we're talking. We're trying to understand each other and forgive each other, right, Dad?
Maggie was just explaining to me that she's in the process of becoming a nun. This comes as a great shock to me. Perhaps not to you. Maybe you knew from the start.
Not from the start, not quite. And it was a shock for me, too. But I respect her choice.
Ah, yes, I remember you now. That unfortunate incident in the country club bar. You seemed quite taken with my daughter's charms. Frankly, I'm a little surprised you'd still come calling, knowing of Maggie's chaste intentions. I mean, what's in it for a man such as yourself?
Friendship. I come calling because I value Maggie's friendship. I come calling because I learned more about guts and commitment, strength of character and will from Maggie than I would ever learn in 100 sermons by you. Pain in her life, just ask her, and she will tell you that she has caused a lot of pain herself, especially to you. But her faith has been a true calling for her, a gift to her. She's changing her whole life. She is making the courageous choice.
So you're ready to believe this girl when she tells you she's willing to give up men for life?
I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that I was skeptical about what this woman told me. But where's the sacrifice if Maggie says she's going to give up eating worms? It's what she's giving up that proves her faith.
He makes a good point.
Yes, he does, Dad.
Maggie, try to accept your choice. But please, you must promise me.
You want me to keep my mouth shut about this?
Yes.
It's a professional embarrassment. You know how it is. Episcopalian, Catholic, oil, water. I'll make you a deal, Dad.
A deal?
Yeah, I'll keep my mouth shut about this big scandal until I take my final vows if you agree to come and celebrate them with me.
Well, I'll have to see what my schedule is like when the time comes. Okay?
I guess that's the best I can ask for.